Are you ready? Ooh, I know you see me standing here. Do I look good, my dear? Do I look good today?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Dan Reacts. I'm Dan. This is my reaction channel. I am joined with the incomparable Addie Cahill. How's it going? Incomparable Addie.
Oh, yeah. Have you used that one yet?
Yeah. I only have like 10 that I can recycle through that I know.
You just
off the
only
top
have
of my
10
head
adjectives.
that I know.
Fair enough. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited for this episode. We've already done 3 episodes so far of season 5. It's already been very eventful. We've lost Mance Rayder. We lost Jenna Slint. Darn.
I was really torn up about that one.
Arya's in a foreign country.
Arya's doing her thing.
Dany's executing her people.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on in this season already.
They're front-loading this season.
Sansa's about to marry Ramsay Bolton.
Yeah, I hate that.
That's like...
Just hate that.
That can be good.
No. Yeah.
Tyrion's really at a low point right now. He's in the definition of rock bottom.
Hook up with prostitutes.
Oh, he just got taken by Jorah. So
I thought he was gonna die, but he did not. So
he did not die. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of crazy stuff going on. But the one crazy thing that's not happening right now? Bran. Anything with Bran. We got no Bran.
No idea what's happening with that man. Hope he's alive.
At this point, I think he's just one with the tree.
Bran, are you still a boy?
Are you still a boy?
Are you a tree now?
Are you a tree? Are you a raven?
Yeah, hoping for the best for him, but no idea.
This is the first episode of our binge today. We got a lot of episodes to go. Cheers.
My ice is all gone.
Mine's fairly gone. We bought lukewarm wine, and so it melted our ice.
Lukewarm? It was like kind of cold. No.
No.
Okay.
It was completely room temperature.
Well, you win some, you lose some.
That being said, I don't want to waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Game of Thrones, Season 5, Episode 4.
Class is in session.
Oh, also, how do you feel about, like, Jaime going to Dorne with Bronn to try and, like... Do you think that this is something that could be viewed as, like, an act of war? Like, him going to another place?
I don't know about an act of war, but, like...
They've made this arrangement already.
But it's definitely going to cause a lot of problems. Like, it might start a war. I don't know if, like, stealing your daughter is an act of war. But
at this point, like, the Sand
it's
Snake
not going
lady,
to be received
she's
well.
already trying to go to war. This is just kind of, like, a reason to be like,
yeah,
we're going to go.
Yeah, it's going to cause some issues.
When the prince was like, I rule, she was like, and how long is that going to be? Like,
yeah.
That's a threatening statement to make.
She is so in turmoil. She can't even handle, and I don't blame her. Her and Oberyn were so in love. I was, like, devastated for her when he died, and she's acting pretty much exactly how I expected her to act. Yeah. She's just losing her mind.
Her scorn is heavy right now.
She's, like, ready to burn the place to the ground.
Yeah.
So
we shall see.
Love that for her.
Love that for her. I don't know if I love that for Jaime and Bronn.
But she also wants the daughter gone.
True, so, she doesn't want her there, but she doesn't want her there peacefully. She wants her dead.
Right.
I feel like we've gotten a lot of Cersei this season, which is nice. Like, she's been a very, like, because we were just saying how in season 4 she kind of wasn't at the forefront of much of it, and I like that she is now. Like, it's nice to see her
back to being a main character.
Welcome back.
Oh. Jorah is on a fucking mission.
Jorah's, like, got no sympathy for anybody right now.
No. He's doing what's best for him.
He paid him.
Oh, goodness gracious. That would be so terrifying. Just being loaded onto a boat.
Just kidnapped like that.
Is that Estamont? Path, Sir Jaime. The Sapphire Isle.
Oh,
Why are we on a merchant ship?
she's thinking of Brienne.
He's like my baby. His hair doesn't look blonde at all anymore.
His hair kind of gets brown throughout the
Yeah.
seasons.
Like he's like no longer golden of hair.
There's nothing like a good fight to get you in the mood for fucking. And there's nothing like a fuck-mad Dornish girl to clear your head for the next fight.
We're rescuing my niece, bringing her back to her family.
Your niece?
Your daughter.
I've been doing this sort of thing a long time. I'm good at it.
That's why you're here.
I know. That still doesn't explain what you're doing here.
It has to be me.
It's my daughter.
You set your brother free, didn't you? I bet your sister didn't like that. If you ever see the wee fucker, give him my regards.
He murdered my father. If I ever see him, I'll split him in two.
No. Jamie.
Jamie, you know why he did it.
We must arrange better terms with the Iron Bank.
Absolutely.
In person. As the King's Master of Coin, I can think of no one more qualified. The King has expressed concern about his father-in-law's safety on this voyage. He's ordered Sir Meryn to personally lead your escort.
My very own King's Guard. Please express
Safe travels, Lord Tyrell.
Everything she says to him is like kind of a backhanded insult, and he takes everything as like
He's
honor.
like, oh my god, thanks.
He's like, wow, that's so cool. Thank you.
The small council grows smaller and smaller.
Not small enough.
Yeah, you're next, bud.
Cersei is like, I don't want any help. I'm gonna rule by myself.
Yeah, I'm trying to get
Thank
rid
you
of all
so
of you.
much.
All over Westeros, we hear of septs being burned, silent sisters raped.
Wars teach people to obey the sword, not the gods.
Perhaps the gods need a sword of their own. You and I both know how the world works. Too often, the wicked are the wealthiest, beyond the reach of justice. What would you say if I told you of a great sinner in our very midst?
May the Father judge him justly.
Seems maybe a bad idea. What the fuck? Oh my god, what is happening?
This is Lord Peter Baelish's establishment.
Who are these people? Is that Lancel? Oh. So are they the Faith Militant now?
Yep.
Oh no!
Sir Loras of House Tyrell, you have broken the laws of gods and men. Who do you think you are? Justice.
Why is my brother in a cell? You told me she was returning to Casterly Rock.
Are you saying my mother's behind this?
I can't bear to think of my brother locked away in some grimy cell.
I demand that Sir Loras be freed now.
Did I arrest him?
You gave the High Sparrow an army.
I did.
Can I tell Marjorie you have Sir Loras released?
I told you I'm not holding Sir Loras. You're the king. I'm sure if you speak to the High Sparrow, he'll release the poor boy.
She's just like playing chess. Like she gets imprisoned only to tell Tommen to go set him free. Like,
It's so sad.
His Holiness is praying. Give the order, and we'll clear out this rabble.
You mean, kill them?
Filthy bastard!
Oh jeez.
We'll find another way.
Poor Tommen.
There was no way to free Sir Loras without violence.
You're the king of the Andals. The lord of the Seven Kingdoms, the protector of the realm. I need to be with my family, Your Grace.
I mean,
He's just so in over his head.
he's so annoyed. He needs to man up a little bit, take some stance.
He just doesn't know what's going on at all. He's like eating his lunch like,
He's like, you
going
mean
on?
kill them? Yes, what the fuck do
what
you think is happening?
going on here?
I should have given you a son. Not your fault.
Who's then?
Okay, she's perfect. and beautiful.
Her father's the Lord's chosen king, and her father's blood runs through her veins.
Melisandre low-key being like, respect your daughter.
She's like, fucking stop insulting her.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Lord Commander,
How can I help you?
Winterfell was your home once. Don't you want to chase the rats out of it?
Night's Watch take no part in the wars of the Seven Kingdoms.
There's only one war. Life against death. Let me show you what you're fighting for.
You're gonna show me some vision in the fire.
No visions. No magic. Just life.
Melisandre's always making moves.
She is like ridiculous.
There's power in you. You resisted, and that's your mistake.
I do not like this. Melisandre, get away from him.
Power to make light. And power to cast shadows.
I swore a vow.
Good job, Jon. Good job. You send that witch back from whence she came.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
This bitch, I can't.
That shook him. He said, huh?
He's like, you said come again? Like, what?
Are you lonely?
Of course she's fucking lonely.
My father used to tell me that boredom indicates a lack of inner resources.
Damn!
You're bored? That means you're stupid.
You have nothing going on. A lack of inner resources. Stannis, do you want to give her like an ounce of affection or attention?
Are you ashamed of me, Father?
When you were an infant,
The Dornes trailer landed on Dragonstone.
remember how you smiled when I put that doll in your cradle? And you pressed it to your cheek.
By the time we burnt the doll, it was too late.
Is that how she got sick?
Everyone advised me to send you to the ruins of Valyria to live out your short life with the Stone Men before the sickness spread through the castle. I told them all to go to hell.
You were the Princess Shireen of House Baratheon. And you are my daughter.
That was sweet. Are you crying?
Yeah.
I thought I might find you here. Your Aunt Lyanna.
Father never talked about her.
How many tens of thousands had to die because Rhaegar chose your aunt?
And then he kidnapped her and raped her. Where are you going?
King's Landing. Stannis Baratheon garrisons the castle back. Stannis takes Winterfell. He rescues you from the most despised family in the north. You are the last surviving Stark.
No, you're not.
To Stannis never attacks Winterfell, or he does, and the Boltons defeat him.
Then you will take this Bolton boy, Ramsay, and make him yours.
His father frightens me.
You should.
Ramsay should frighten you. We're going for this again. Okay.
I expect I'll be a married woman by the time you return.
Lysa's just like in the back.
Haunting the fuck out of him. His face when she's like, I'll be a married woman, he's like, okay. I don't care.
I hope she's able to do well. Like, can't really help you.
Sorry, bud. You're doing great. You're doing amazing. So strong.
He's like, this is why you want me to come. Yeah, I can't row a boat.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna get far without you. Ay, 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 ay.
Terrifying.
2 nights off to rescue a princess. Sounds like a good song to me. Sounds like all the rest.
The snake kebabs. Yum.
I've had an exciting life. I want my death to be boring. How do you want to go? Yours with the boring.
And who is that?
She want the same thing.
He's like, anyways, moving on.
He's like, I'm talking about Brienne. I don't know what she wants. She's gone.
Captain of that ship. What's to stop him from docking down the coast? Telling the locals that Jaime Lannister's in Dorne. A bag of gold. And I bet he swore all kinds of oaths to get it. But you won't be around if he breaks them. How many you count?
4.
How many do you think you can take?
1.
Who are you? Cooper. This is Darnell. Our ship capsized in the night. We managed to swim ashore. It's a near thing, really.
Throw your sword in the sand.
Boys, there's no need for this.
Oh. Poor baby. Come on, Jamie. Oh!
That came in handy.
Forgot about that iron hand, didn't you? Gold hand.
Nice move. Luck.
Yeah.
First, we need to bury these bodies.
Do you know how long it'll take us to dig all those holes?
I can't dig very well with one hand.
It's like how long it'll take you to dig all those holes. Wow.
Mama. Without Doran, we have no army to march against the Lannisters.
We don't need an army to start a war.
He told me he smuggled Jaime Lannister into Dorne.
Please come from Marcella. You must choose Doran's way and peace, or my way and war. Him?
Nim. I love that name. Oh. Ooh.
I made my choice long ago.
That guy could have walked away with a big bag of gold.
You could have just kept your fucking mouth
And instead,
shut.
he tried to get testy.
Yeah, he wanted to get more. He wanted to sell some information.
You were basically buried alive with scorpions on your face, speared in the head.
Bad way. It's a bad way. Oberyn's daughters are baddies. They are like terrifying.
Can't sleep without wine. And stay awake.
Can't sleep without wine.
My sister's in Westeros. Westeros is west. You said you were taking me to the Queen.
I am. Daenerys Targaryen.
What a waste of a good kidnapping. So happens I was heading there myself. I have to ask, how exactly were you serving your queen in a whorehouse half a world away?
She kicked me out because I was a bad boy.
I was drunk through most of the small council meetings, but it's all coming back. You passed notes to Varys' little birds. Now you hope to win back her favor with a gift. You think Daenerys will execute me and pardon you? I'd say the reverse is just as likely.
Well,
He just read him like a book, though, didn't he?
yeah, he sure did. He had that, hit that nail on the head. He deserved that slap. I mean, if I was Jorah, I would be like, stop telling me about myself.
I was thinking about all the times your brother made me go with him down from the Red Keep into the streets of King's Landing. I like to sing to them.
He sang to them.
I made sure no one killed him. And I collected the money. Rhaegar never liked killing. He loved singing.
Go, Sir Barestan. Sing a song for me.
Your Grace. Those who find victory in the fighting pits will never become kings, but their names will live on. It's the best chance they'll ever have. Without them, former slaves and former masters have nothing in common. I can't promise this is the answer to all our problems, but it's a start.
What are these people doing? Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Crocodile tears. Come on. You can do it. Oh, God. He is so noble. Please do not die. I swear to God. Come on, Greyworm. Come on. Oh, jeez. What?
Oh.
I hate this show. I hate it. Both of them.
I know, like one
in the same fight. For these fuckers in masks. Like, it's...
Over what?
For what? I'm so disappointed. I mean, it was a good fight scene, but like...
The outcome, yeah. It sucks because Sir Barestan, since day one, has been described as like one of the greatest fighters of all time in Westeros.
And look at what he just did.
But to see someone like him die in an alley,
right?
Like,
but he did go in and like decimate them. You know what I mean? Like
But it's just not the place that man should have ever done.
No, it should have been on a battlefield somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in an alley with a bunch of fucking vigilante, like not even vigilante, just like.
Angry mobs.
It's like a gang.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? This is not the way to go. But that last moment when Greyworm like stops him from getting his throat cut was nice, but it's just like...
So Dany's got some situations to deal with right now.
I mean, I hate that. I'm really like sad about Greyworm. I'm like...
Missandei is
just
gonna be
killing every love story. Like nobody is safe. Like if you fall in love, you better watch your back because you're literally about to die.
Or you're gonna get killed by your lover,
or your lover's gonna die, or something's
a witch
happen.
is gonna put a curse on your lover.
You stay away from romantic love because
Ollie's gonna shoot them.
Something bad is gonna happen. There's just nobody's allowed to be happy.
Yeah.
Damn it. And him and Missandei haven't even said like I love you.
Yeah, they haven't even had a moment.
They didn't ever like confess their feelings.
But we know as the audience.
And they know, but like if I was Missandei, I'd be like I was just about to like make a move. You know what I mean? Like she was trying.
Yeah.
But it is kind of it's not a good thing, but for Jorah it's kind of a good thing because she's got like
Vulnerable
an empty council
position.
type of thing. Like he can kind of like come in and be like, you need someone, I'm here.
And she's just like, oh, I trust you now.
No, but who else? She only has her one person left, and Missandei, who's not fighting for her, she's just like with her.
Yeah.
So
still no Bran.
Bran's dead.
Bran's dead.
They cut his character. They're not addressing it. They didn't like that storyline. They're scrapping it.
They're like, Bran is too expensive.
He demanded a pay raise and we couldn't afford it.
We couldn't afford him. I mean, other than that horrible part of the episode.
That was awful.
Bleak.
That was so bleak.
Every episode, I don't know if you've noticed, has ended with a death. Sorry, with Mance.
They can't stop, won't stop.
And it's like every episode just kind of ends with one. And
all of them are ones that I'm like sad about. Like I was sad for Mance.
Yeah.
So Danos doesn't matter.
Right.
I don't care. Yeah. They've all been kind of like people dying in ways that I wish that they weren't dying in. Things I liked. I didn't write that much. Jon turning down Melisandre. I liked. I didn't want her to have sex with him.
That was crazy when she was at the end like, you know nothing. It's like, ugh.
Well, she's just a witch. Like, whatever.
She knows everything.
She's just trying to get in his head, but he, like, stayed out of it, so.
Yeah. And it kind of at the end, like, because he's like, I don't want to see your visions. And then her saying that at the end was like, I don't need visions to show you what I've seen.
Like, I know everything. Yeah.
Like, I can just
but
tell
I just
you this.
don't, I'm like, ugh. Like, she is very impressive as a character, obviously, but I'm just like, I just need Jon to stay away from her.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Like, just don't get involved there. Stannis and Shireen's conversation was
beautiful.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
Very, very sweet.
It makes me tear up because it's like, what child wouldn't want a father to say something so profoundly to them like that? Like, it's one thing to be like, no, I'm not ashamed of you.
Like, what are you talking
and
about?
then another to give this entire story about why you're like, you love them.
I am
like,
not only not ashamed of you, but I like went to the ends of the earth.
And her face the whole time she's looking at her dad like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, no one's ever talked to me this way. And when he's like, you are the Princess Shireen of House Baratheon.
Well, like, you know, like, as the audience, you know that he loves her because of, like, when he went up into the tower and he was, like, so happy to see her and stuff. But, yeah, they treat her like shit. I mean, she's, like, really got a bad life. And she's so positive about it.
Yeah, she
like,
couldn't
be,
like...
locked away in a tower for, like, her entire life. And she's just, like...
She couldn't be more friendly and more polite
like,
and more well-mannered. And...
She's not bitter about it. She's
Yeah.
just like, this is my life.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, she's the best. I love her.
You look at characters like Joffrey who grew up with no problems and were such horrible people.
Yeah.
And then you look at Shireen who's grown up with nothing but problems.
She has every reason to be a horrible person. And she's just like...
The sweetest person.
I'm good. Like, I'm doing fine.
Speaking of sweet people, Tommens
is a sweet boy, but he needs to grow up.
He needs to grow some balls.
The hard part, though, is that, like... I mean, I don't know the timeline of all this, but 2 years, maybe? I guess 2 years ago? I don't know how long it's been. His father was king. His brother was still alive. Like, there was no... He didn't have to grow up, and then it was, like, all of a sudden, he's like, now I'm the king. Like, I wasn't really ready for this as a child.
To be fair, all the children in this show, all of the sudden, had to grow up.
For sure,
like,
no. I know, but I'm just feel
like,
bad
tell
for him
Arya that. She's like... Cool.
He's like the sweetest boy, and he's like, I don't want to kill people. Like, I don't want to do stuff. Like, he's just not ready.
And it's the first time we've seen Marjorie like raise her voice at him.
She dropped the act. She was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, she totally dropped the act and was like.
And he was so confused. He's like, "I thought you and my mom were getting along," and she's like,
"My sweet king."
Like, oh my god, dude, no! I was fucking manipulating you. Like,
your mom is such a bitch. Like,
I hate your mom. Why do you not hate your mom? Like. Yeah. And he's such a, like, naive...
He's so naive.
Boy to not know what his mom's doing.
Or to, like, not know that the whole country hates her. Like...
And when he went out and they were all calling him a bastard and an abomination, and he's like, what are they talking about?
Like, you've been
your
sheltered.
Mom and dad are siblings.
Yeah.
That's what they're talking about.
Your Uncle Jamie is your father.
You are not the king.
Yeah.
But, like, he's a good boy.
I
do like him. He just is so... not ready for the situation that he's in.
And Loras is in a cell.
And he literally is like, Mom, free Loras. And she's like, I don't have Loras. Like, if it were me, I would be like, Mom, shut the fuck up. Like, you know what you did.
Yeah.
Go talk to your buddy and get Loras out of there. Like, he was like, oh, yeah, you're right. You don't have him. Like, no, Cersei has him.
And then if I was Tommen, and these, like, stupid men in cloaks with, like... hammers were like threatening my military, and the military was like, say the word, I'd be like, word,
the word work. Yeah, like, I'd be like, I'm the king.
Yeah.
Is there something unclear
he's praying
here?
He can put it on hold.
Oh, tell him, sorry God, I'll be back in a second, gotta talk to the king real quick.
Yeah, the person in life that could make things hard
literally
for me.
Like, he like doesn't know
how powerful he
what
can
his
be.
Power is. Yeah. Like, not that I would rather have Joffrey, but can you imagine, like, those people saying that to Joffrey? Joffrey would be like,
off with their heads.
Individually, I'm gonna torture and kill every single one of you. Not him, but like, he's gonna have his army or whatever. Like, he would have been like, what the fuck, I'm the king. Like, now's the time for that attitude, Tommens.
A little bit. You're
allowed to pull the king card. You are the king.
Yeah.
So.
And like, even more than that, you're allowed to be a man. Like,
but
you don't have to be a boy forever.
Like
15. No, he's like 14, 15.
I thought that he was like 11 in the last
season.
In
season 1, he was like 11.
I thought he was like 11 like last season. No?
Because he's only like 5 years younger than Marjorie, and she's 21. Someone said that in the comments. Like, you're a little old to be acting like a little baby.
But think about, like, how people acted in high school.
Like, no.
Like, they were children.
Yeah, but they don't act like babies, like, incapable.
I don't think he's acting like a baby, though. I think he just genuinely, like, doesn't know anything.
He's just genuinely, like,
naive. The only person who was kind of trying to teach him how to be king was Tywin, and Tywin's dead now. Cersei's not trying to teach him how to be king because she wants to be in control.
Yeah, she doesn't want him to do anything.
Nobody's teaching him how to fight. Nobody's teaching him how to rule. He's just kind of, like, sitting around, like, hanging out at the castle all day. So it's not really, like, his fault. I mean, after all this, I think he should be like, okay, it's time for...
Yeah, but, like, also, like, if I was king, I'd be like, hey, can someone teach me to fight? Like, I would ask on my own. I wouldn't need, like, someone to be like, it's time for you to learn. Like, I'd be like, my Uncle Jamie was fighting at 5. I want to fight. Like,
yeah. He should have already been.
My father, Robert Baratheon, was the best fighter in Westeros. Like, I want to fight. Like,
yeah. And he's just relaxing.
He's just a like, I'm a king.
I'm a king. Wee. Sapounce. Me and Sapounce. Yeah, that's all I wrote.
What did you think about this? Like, I think it's interesting. We're getting two juxtaposition kind of, like, stories happening, where on one hand you see Sansa in the crypt paying respects to Lyanna, and they're discussing how, like, Rhaegar basically disregarded Elia Martell and gave the flower to Lyanna and kidnapped her and raped her and, like, showing what an evil person he was. And on the other hand, you got Sir Barristan relaying stories about what an amazing human he was. And so it's very interesting because it's like the outsiders have one perspective, the people that were with him every day have a different.
I think it's just the same thing as, like, with every character, where it's like you could objectively, like, perceive them one way, but when you know, like, the more intricate parts of someone, like, nobody is completely good or completely bad, besides, I think, Joffrey was, like
don't get me wrong, kidnapping and raping someone is obviously, like, that's a bad quality,
obviously, but I'm saying, like, fucking your sister is also a really bad quality. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, in the tomb of your dead son. Like, that's objectively, like, you're a bad person, but we still like Jaime anyways. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody in this show has done very messed up stuff, but still, like, somehow once in a while you get these moments where you're like, oh, I like kind of like them. So it's probably just the same thing, where it's like, yeah, he was a bad person and, like, a little bit of a psycho, but people who knew him and raised him and, like, took care of him every day still have, like, good moments.
And it's a nice moment, I think, for Dany, because I feel like she's used to people being like,
only heard
the Targaryens
things.
Were evil, and so for her to, in the moment, kind of
and
hear, like, oh, my brother was, like, a pleasant, he, like, donated to orphanages,
he
and,
would
like,
give the money to
yeah,
poor people.
Like, it kind of maybe, the way I was, like, looking at her face, it's like, oh, it's reaffirming she can be a good person.
Well, yeah, because I think there's a lot in her where it's like, because I'm a Targaryen, am, like, a bad person.
It's almost kind of like the way I think of it with blood. Like the Malfoy situation, like where, like, he kind of felt like he was a Malfoy, he had to be an evil person.
Yeah, you are destined to be this, like,
mad, fire ablaze,
insane, power hungry,
burn
like,
people
evil
alive
person. So hearing, like, a softer side of someone in her family probably comforted her. Like, we can be good.
There were good people. Yeah. We weren't all just the worst type of human being ever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I like that. I mean, the episodes are eventful. I like them a lot. They're very, like...
There's a lot going on. I'm just like... you're never prepared. I always think, like, no, they're not going to kill
Death's
Greyworm
always come out of
right
nowhere,
here.
yeah.
And then it's like, yeah, no, he's...
Or if anything, you expected on, like, a finale or episode 9 type of situation.
Yeah, like, there's going to be a build-up.
2, 3, 4, you're like, no one's dying. And when they do, you're like... Oh, wow.
Okay, well...
They didn't even make it through the season, like...
Yep, they just cut them early.
Yeah, it's cheaper. It's cost efficient.
They can't afford this cast forever, people.
Yeah, that's really what it boils down to.
They ran out of money.
Yeah, they have to eventually fire people to keep paying for it.
Yeah, no, exactly. We understand.
All right, well... I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you can stay up to date on her journey through Thrones. I'm having a really good time. What?
No, nothing.
Did I say something funny?
No, it just sounded like your voice wanted to stop during that sentence. It was like your journey through Thrones. Like, it was like you're like forcing it out.
Her journey through Thrones.
Her journey through Thrones.
I can't wait to keep going.
Sorry.
Thanks for calling me out.
Sorry.
I just spit all over myself. That was disgusting.
We are a mess in this video. This video is not good.
No, it's amazing. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one.